Well, HUB24 has continued to experience strong inflows over the March quarter, and that's despite the challenges presented by the current lockdowns and obviously the economic impact and the market volatility, you've got to say as well, Daniel. Well, joining us now to go over the results and what it means for the company, we have CEO Andrew Alcock joining us now live. Andrew, welcome to the program. It's great to have you here on ausbiz. Really appreciate your time. Is it fair to say that HUB24 has benefited in both the bull and the bear market?
Look, I think HUB24, because we're an administrator, if you like, and people are saving for retirement, look, our business is growing rapidly. We certainly benefit from both type of marketplaces, but I think it's because of our value proposition and the fact that we're a new platform they call a specialist platform, and the trend is towards businesses like ours because of the great functionality and utility we provide for consumers.
And we'll get to the COVID effect in just a short period of time, but take us back about a year when all the changes came through and the financial advice industry changed dramatically in this country. How much of a flow-on effect did you see from that particular outcome and event onto people using your platform?
Look, we certainly saw a lift in the usage of our platform, and we think that the Royal Commission and the matters that were brought up at that time really accelerated a trend that was already underway. I don't think there was anything new there. We were growing rapidly. We were the fastest growing platform in the marketplace, and I think all it did was just highlight the differences between other business models where there was vertical integration and issues versus new specialist players. So we did get a spike and a flow on, but I think that the trend was already there.
But when it comes to financial advisors, I mean, in this current environment, where is their focus? Isn't their focus purely on sort of servicing their clients as opposed to perhaps switching platforms, which is where you could see growth potentially slow in the coming months?
Oh, absolutely. Our view is that most advisors are currently helping their clients rebalance their portfolios. If they've got a long-range view, as most advised clients would, they would have comfort and confidence that their portfolios will help them weather this storm. So absolutely, advisors are thinking that way, but you'd be surprised there are many advisors in the marketplace who are still actively working with new clients. The demand for advice is predicted to double by some researchers through this process. And so each business is different, but there is growth happening. We do believe, however, that for the next few months, there may be a softening of flows into our business, but that's okay because we absolutely believe that the utility, the tools and so forth we've got are really well placed to help clients navigate this time, and we're committed to working with advisors to do that.
So if you do start to see the funds flow slow, what levers do you have to pull to sort of buffet those headwinds? Do you have costs that you can take out of the business? Are there CapEx plans that you can pull back on?
From our perspective, that's not our intention at this stage. We are focused on the right here and now, as well as actually delivering on our strategic plans. Our business is very strong and robust. We don't need to delay cost programs or pull back on CapEx initiatives. We're committed to the long haul and the long term. So from our perspective, the business is robust, as I said, and we'll continue to focus that way. If anything, we'll look at, are there opportunities to help clients even more in the future? Are there different types of investment products in a post-COVID environment that would be helpful? And can we add those to the platform and work with our business partners to do so?
Speaking to those opportunities, we've seen the quarterly results come out. The funds under management, 15 billion and inflows of 1.4 billion, but revenue is expected to be negatively impacted by the reduction in this cash rate. Does that mean that some of the portfolios that both you offer and other people are employing are too overweight on the cash products? And if so, how do you plan to change that approach?
No, I think it's a slightly different phenomenon. Certainly, the lowering of interest rates by the RBA is affecting any financial service provider that actually works in a cash basis where they actually earn fees on potentially cash accounts. From our perspective, you'll see a flight to cash right now. So advisors will typically have, in some cases, liquidated assets. Clients are probably moving to more defensive assets and looking for buying opportunities moving forward. So I think you'll see generally an increase of cash in vehicles like HUB24 and other platforms. Those who wish to sit on cash for a period of time should move them out of the transactional accounts that we're referring to in that announcement and put them into either term deposits or other cash investment accounts that earn a higher rate of return. I think, we, like other institutions, and cash rates on transactional cash accounts are in a similar place.
So talk to us about competition in the space. You're certainly not alone, and I'm sure that others have looked at your business and business model and some of the inroads that you've been making and have thought, it looks like a pretty good spot to be in. How is the competition intensifying, and how do you plan to beat that back?
Look, at the outset, let me say we love competition. It's what's driven us to come up with our own solution and the way we operate right now. We saw a gap and an opportunity in the marketplace. And quite frankly, we're not done yet. We think that technology and the right approach actually can unlock value for consumers. And so, for example, if you look at what's happening right now in the COVID situation, if you were using a more modern approach to investments, maybe using what we call a managed account, you and your advisor might have been able to rebalance your portfolios far more quickly than had you used a more traditional model. So, look, there is competition out there, but as you might know, we're rated number 1 or number 2 in many of the different surveys and rankings, and we're continuing to invest. So I think it's hard for someone to start in this marketplace now. We're now at a size of scale. We're at $16 billion, if you like. And so I think you need scale, and you need nous, and you need a competitive advantage to be able to succeed in this marketplace. We'll continue to do what we've been doing. And yes, there are those who are trying to enter the marketplace. Unless they have something phenomenally new or transformational, it's going to be hard to get that scale, because once again, customers and advisors are looking for security. They're looking for large organisations. And we found it difficult in our growth curve to demonstrate size and security. And we're now of a size where we can do that. So I think we'll just keep doing more of the same.
With this technology
and
now...
One other comment.
Oh.
Yes.
Please go.
I was going to say one other comment is I'm not sure the competition actually is increasing. If you look at what's happening with incumbent platform providers, with institutionally owned platform providers or bank-owned platform providers, they themselves are considering their investment in wealth management. If they haven't exited, some are talking about exiting. They're not necessarily investing, so they're falling behind. So in essence, whilst it might look there's lots of competition with the new providers, the overall competitive landscape is actually lessening in our view.
Well, that's good news for you at least. But as far as the technology goes, just to sum up here, why can't an SMSF now just cut out the middleman, get rid of the financial advisor? If the technology is so forward, why can't they just simply use your platform themselves, get that maximum benefit?
Look, we do have some direct consumers using our platform. It is designed to use with an advisor because of some of the complexity with clients and some of the investment options, but we're heading in that direction. And currently now we do have wholesale and some SMSF clients using the platform directly. It's not a marketplace we've chased to date as we've been building out, but it's certainly a marketplace that we will look forward to in the future. And we're happy to hearing calls and inquiries in that regard.
Andrew, look, I understand that you are sort of putting a lot of the focus in the insurance space. Where do the opportunities really lie there for HUB24 going forward?
When I say insurance space, we're working with a number of insurance companies and having options on our platform. What we're about is making sure there's adequate choice for consumers, whether that be insurance or investments or cash products. And so the opportunities there are just to provide a seamless experience for customers and with their advisors. Another example is integrating annuities from Challenger. So it's actually being the supermarket and opening up the capability to have what we'd call an open architecture solution covering all those aspects of the wealth value chain.
All right. Andrew Alcock, HUB24 CEO. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate your time today.
Thank you.